You're listening to the Sanspants Network.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Baseless Speculation, all the pop culture news and all the research so you don't have to. I'm Joel.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm Joel.
Now boys, what do we think is going to happen in Beetlejuice Beetlejuice? For real this time.
I'm not even going to say the name.
So Beetlejuice. It's a legacy sequel from visionary director Tim Burton.
Yes.
Reunite himself with Michael Keaton, otherwise known as Batman, or the guy from Multiplicity. No, it's happening. How good is Multiplicity? Anyway.
Multiplicity rocks, dude.
Hey, you're lucky. I haven't seen it.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
So Beetlejuice, you're back. Everyone was like, when they first announced this years ago, or maybe even there was like,
been in the cards for a long time.
A script was written
Beetlejuice gonna be
immediately.
in the ocean.
It was going to be called Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii.
Yes.
It was like a joke sequel, but they actually did have a finished script for it. And it was like a famous canceled movie.
Yeah, it was one of the, absolutely.
Yeah, because Tim Burton has a couple of those. He also got Superman Lives or Dies or Flyby, whatever the fuck it's called.
the Nick
Superman
Cage
Lives,
one.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a bit of an homage to this in the Demon Barber of whatever.
Oh, Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, where like there's this him and Sweeney Todd and Helen
Mrs.
Carter
Pies.
Mrs. Pie.
What's her name? Mrs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Miss Pie.
Mrs. Pie is as good as any answer, dude.
Where Barbara and Pie go down and they have this like little bit of a fantasy, and it looks like it's
Oh, was that intended to be an
I
homage to
don't know,
Beetlejuice in Hawaii?
or people being like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, very well could have been.
Anyway, it turns out Beetlejuice is back in 2024, and that motherfucker didn't go to fucking jack shit near Hawaii.
No,
he just
he's
stayed
not in the
dead.
beach. He sure did maybe.
Beetlejuice is a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah.
A great film.
Beetlejuice rocks. When I watched it when I was younger, I was like, this is bad. I don't like
Wrong.
it. Everything else, I don't know why. I hated it, but I was like a teenager, and I was like, Tim Burton's other stuff, Nightmare Before Christmas, that's good. He fell
Not
off.
directed by Tim Burton.
Well,
so
also-
it turns out you're an idiot and wrong.
I know. I wasn't claiming I was right. I was making fun of younger me. Because I rewatched it as an
Nightmare Before Christmas was way better. Tim Burton rocked then, and also fucking.
I wish I had a photo of like me as a kid, so I could do that meme where I'm like, when you make fun of me, this is who you're making fun of.
Yeah, I know what he looks like, and I would.
I just love the idea of you're wrong and you're an idiot.
Do you think people in normal jobs cop that kind of abuse? If I'm at the office and I'm like, hey man, you think about having a sushi for lunch? You're wrong and you're an idiot. This is normal. This is actually the job. But then on a rewatch, I was like, this is probably my favorite Tim Burton movie. It's so much fun. And
It's
Michael
about a
Keaton
ghost.
fucking rocks too. He's so funny.
It's about
Nice fucking model.
yeah, honk. Yeah, because the plot of Beetlejuice, if you forget, and we sort of we remembered the start and the end. And we were
Remember there was a
little
song bit in it.
we were hazy on the middle, but what are you doing, Jack? For anyone just literally
His wheel fell off somehow.
for anyone listening to just the audio version of this podcast, if you head to YouTube and search for
Keep
Baseless
talking, I'll
Speculation,
fix it.
well, how did you have the wheels falling off your
You're not
chair?
going to fix
No,
it.
I will fix it.
You're not going to fix it. Okay. He's gonna
Okay,
fix
Jax
it.
is going to try and fix the wheel while I explain
Okay.
the plot of Beetlejuice.
Yes.
A couple move into a house. It's a big house, but there's only two of them. Real estate agents like, motherfuckers, you should sell that house. Get something smaller. They're like, we love this house. Then they drive off a bridge accidentally.
Yeah, swerve to miss a dog.
Yeah, and then the dog watches them drown.
Yeah, probably thinking good dog thoughts like,
Yeah.
nice driving, idiot.
Yeah, or meat.
We're going to fix it. You were right.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back. And then a new family moves in. What? Is the chair still very
Of course,
broken?
he's stressing me. Yes, new
Is he you gonna fall out of the chair in the episode?
Try to fix
it. You don't have to fix
You can't
it.
fix it. Stand.
Okay. Anyway, new family moves in.
You got to shove it. It's not. It's
The
it's not a
new
twister.
family moves in. Jackson, shut up. Okay, everyone's trying to fix the chair now. No one cares about my beautiful recap.
You keep going.
Come down here.
No!
Get down here with me, Zammit.
Yeah, you guys did it.
Oh, wait. No, I did do it.
No,
A new family
No, I
moves.
did do it.
I stomped the shit out of
You
it.
loosened it or tightened it.
A new family
I had to
moves.
wiggle it in. Go
A
on.
new
What happens in
family
this movie?
moves into the house.
Why is it Beetlejuice? Go on.
A new family moves. That's my catchphrase in the episode. And a new family moves into the
family
house.
moves into the house.
And when they move in, they're like, fuck yeah, this place rocks. But the old dead family are haunting it. And they're like, fuck, we miss when we just had our house to ourselves when we were alive. And then when we were dead, it was still okay. But then they read the book for the recently deceased, I think.
Guidebook to the recently or handbook or something?
Yeah.
Basically, like, we want to try and haunt you out. They're like, whatever. Actually, we love that you're here. They're like,
Yeah.
no.
We might turn these ghosts into profit, baby.
Yeah, and then they're like, fuck, we need to hire a guy whom's is scum.
Yeah.
And then they say Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Don't fucking say it, dude.
Dude, he's
Are
gonna
you
come.
fucking stupid?
Dude, he's gonna come here and he's gonna try and
Touch my ass.
he's gonna try. Yeah, probably jerk all of us off or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine having a little.
Is he threatening to... I don't know what... I'm stressed.
I keep thinking about having a little man who lives in a model town up in my attic.
Say my name 3 times, because if you don't, I'm going to come over
Jerk
there and I'm
you
going to
off.
jerk you off.
What?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Yeah, okay.
It's fabulous, dude.
Fabulous
This-
times to me.
This is awesome.
All right, I'm just going to... Okay.
Getting jerked off by
Well, yeah.
Beetlejuice.
So
with his
Beetlejuice
nasty
comes-
hands.
Ah,
Yeah.
you're so callous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beetlejuice comes,
Be jet.
fucks everything up. The new people that moved in have a kid who hates everything.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder. Then Beetlejuice is the ghosts are gonna lose the house completely from memory.
Something like that.
And
They
Winona
just stop caring.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
But with Winona Ryder is like, oh fuck, to save the day. That's right. The bad guys get the secret book of the newly deceased or whatever, and they're about to win. And Winona Ryder's like, if you can help Beetlejuice is like, I'll help you, but you got to marry me.
And she's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm like 15, but
Yeah,
sure.
whatever, dude. Then they come out, but then they defeat Beetlejuice by making a big worm eat him.
Yeah.
A worm from the desert around them or whatever.
Yeah, from
Then
Arrakis.
Beetlejuice, yeah, exactly. And then Beetlejuice is in the sort of afterlife waiting room.
again, yeah.
He gets his head shrunk. He gets a tiny head.
Yeah, and everyone's
totally.
having a good... Yeah, because he tries to have sex with someone again.
Yeah, he squeezes someone's leg. That's what.
Yeah.
Possibly it's because there's that woman in the
Oh,
afterlife room
yeah.
who's been cut in half.
Yeah.
and her top torso is laying next to her, like her legs and waist and stuff. And Beetlejuice might squeeze her leg, and then the witch doctor on the other side is like little, and his head goes and becomes tiny.
And then he's real angry about
Because he
it.
also has a like a what do you call it? Like a ticket that when he's next in line, and it's thousands, it's like 100,000 million, whatever. And the guy next to him has like 35, and he's like, "I want to trade," which is good stuff. Funny stuff.
Beetlejuice is a real motherfucker.
He's a real sack of shit, and I think that's awesome. Sacks of shit. There's not enough sacks of shit in movies these
So
days.
Beetlejuice, what is he?
He's a dead guy. I believe he's just a guy who died.
Just a regular dead guy.
I'm pretty sure he's like a dead guy, but he's just a dead guy that's been dead quite a long time and has powers. I'm fairly sure.
'Cause it's
like
like,
he's
what-
not a demon or anything.
Yeah. It's kind of like, what does he want apart from marrying Winona Ryder?
And I also feel like
Idiot.
marrying Winona Ryder is not just because he loves a teenager. I think it's like if he marries Winona Ryder, he can live forever in the real world and won't be trapped in the model. I believe that's part of it. That it's not...
And someone trapped him in the model, maybe?
Beetlejuice is lecherous. He's a lascivious, disgusting slime ball. But I don't think in this instance he's trying to marry Winona Ryder exclusively because he's a pervert. I assume that's probably part of it.
I mean,
but
like,
I don't think that's the
is he a
main
pervert?
reason.
Yes. But is he mostly a pervert? Also,
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But the main reason he's doing it is number one, to live in the real. Number two, pervert reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
But the number one reason is just the perversions aside.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm fairly sure,
the
he's-
unintended consequences.
Exactly.
I've tried to find what Beetlejuice is, and he only ever gets referred to as a miscreant.
Yeah.
Well, I just assume because he goes to the afterlife and
Yeah.
stuff. He is and I think he describes himself at some point as like a ghost that haunts ghosts or something. So
Well, he used to be the former assist. Sorry, he was the former assistant of Juno, who was the person that's on the Maitland's case.
Okay. So he used to work in the deceased department or whatever. Do we think... what kind of a legacy sequel is this going to be?
Oh, you're right, by the way. If Beetlejuice marries a human, it would enable Beetlejuice to freely cause chaos in the mortal world.
Yeah, I think, again, like we were saying, the pervert part is just one element
So
of
he
it.
he likes a bit of a chaos myth.
Yeah, he likes causing trouble. But do we think, because we get a lot of legacy sequels these days. We talk about them a lot here on the show. Most of them are garbage. And what you get these days, a lot of, you can especially see this with Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
It was hard to get out for some reason.
Ghost and Bustin' Afterlife.
Ghost and Bustin' making me feel good. Is what I've seen people refer to as reverential legacy sequels, which I think is a really apt name, which is like those movies that are like, not only are we making a sequel to Ghostbusters, we are like retroactively turning Ghostbusters into an epic franchise full of epic hooting and hollering moments.
Yeah.
Now, is Beetlejuice going to be that kind of legacy sequel? Or is it going to be a legacy sequel where they're like, we're really just trying to make something...
The tone of the original again.
matches the tone of the original. Because, like,
it is...
If it's the former, I don't think we're getting a lecherous, lascivious, horned-up Beetlejuice.
Well, Jackson.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega is playing Winona Ryder's daughter. So that's a passing of the torch movie. If I've ever fucking heard of one.
Big time.
I think we're going to get passing the torch, but I think we're also going to get, we're going to get lecherous Beetlejuice.
You're right.
Like, while, yes, the legacy sequels are like, they're going to do this or that, I don't know. Tim Burton, whilst he hasn't exactly directed good films recently, I just also don't see him as kind of doing that sort of...
Frankenweenie is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Frankenweenie like a legacy sequel kind of?
It's like that weird, because it's from the era of, what would we call it? Requels?
Requels? What?
It's like a remake that's a sequel.
Oh, yes, I know the kind of thing you mean.
Reboot equal.
No. It's sequel and reboot.
Yeah. Where it's somehow both at the same time.
Like, think the 2013 Evil Dead movie. Or the newest Evil Dead movie.
Where it's like it is its own new thing,
but it's also
very much
continuing
tied
into
actually,
that
the 2013 Evil Dead, which is meant to be like a remake. They go to the cabin in the woods and read the book, but then it turns out,
Okay. All right.
Let's see if I can find any...
Prequel works. Yeah. Because, you're right. I think getting the original director back makes it less likely you're going to get that kind of reverential sequel.
And the majority of the cast as well, because you got Winona Ryder back, you got Catherine O'Hara back. So
yeah, but I don't know if that's a guarantee. Ghostbusters Afterlife is a lot of the original cast, and it looks like it stinks like a horse.
Yeah, I know. But like Catherine O'Hara, I like her stuff.
Me too. I like all the people in this. I think they're great.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. I mean, I think he's dead in real life, but the pedophile from the first one is not in this.
Yeah, great to have that.
In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if that funeral scene we see at the beginning of the trailer is a funeral for the dad,
Lydia's
whatever his name was.
Michael or something like that.
The guy who was
Mr. Dietz.
Yeah, Mr. Rooney. Was he
he
something
was
Rooney in Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Bonk, bonk. Chicka, chicka.
Boom, boom.
He's really got to get home, hey?
Yeah. He really, really does.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad he's not back. And I do like that the cast is returning.
The production's really weird.
Yeah.
So, in 1990, they were going to make... It's not called Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii. It's called Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
That's a very funny title.
It followed the Dietz family moving to Hawaii, where Charles is developing... Charles is developing a resort. They soon discovered that his company is building on the burial ground of an ancient Hawaiian... kahuna. The spirit comes back from the afterlife to cause trouble, and Beetlejuice becomes a hero by winning a surf contest with magic.
I can see that movie.
Keaton and Ryder agreed to do the film on the condition that Burton directed, but both Burton and Keaton became occupied with Batman Returns.
Oh, okay.
Then after the Batman Returns was finished, Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian was back on the cards. Tim Burton's seen Heathers and was like, whoo, that's a good fucking movie.
Yeah, nice fucking movie.
Winona Ryder, love your stuff still.
Yeah.
And then he's like, actually, the writer of Heathers, how about you rewrite some of Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian?
Okay.
And then that happens. And then in August 93, The producer hired. Things take a turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot this name was attached. So a producer ends up hiring a writer who writes for Saturday Night Live to rewrite it. Warner Brothers then approaches Kevin Smith to rewrite the script.
Oh, yeah.
But Kevin Smith...
I was wondering, what's
Yeah,
giving
me
him
too.
this? Because I'm like, what are you talking... Unfortunately, by the way, Charles, and the real actor, he's not dead, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
Kevin Smith later joked that his response was, didn't we... he turned it down because he wanted to do Superman Lives.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was like, didn't we say all we needed to say in the first Beetlejuice? Must we go tropical? But I think that was a joke.
Yes.
I hope that was a joke.
Must we go tropical? Must we go
we?
tropical? Yeah. I'm assuming it lay dormant for...
It gets to 97. Everyone's still keen, but they've decided Winona Ryder's too old.
Well, I guess they weren't because...
Is it you can't play a kid and you can't play a mother. You're like, whoa, how old would you have been?
Like early 20s at that
Boy,
point?
too old for Hollywood.
Too old.
And it's owned by the Geffen Company, the script, was owned by the Geffen Company, which in 98 get consumed by someone, I think.
Okay. I guess with Winona Ryder, the script as written would be for Beetlejuice and Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
So they would have to
you're going to be the 17
we'd have to
or 18.
rewrite a bunch of stuff, hire a new actor if we wanted to do it with you as the script is. So actually, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
What the fuck? Winona Ryder's born in 71. So, yeah, she was 17 in the first Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And then in 1997, she would have been a whopping
If only we were good at
26.
Yeah. But I get it because it's still, if you
I guess.
ideally in that situation you would go from 1 to 2 pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So that you could keep
Not 10 years.
Not 10 years. Yeah. So whatever they could do it, and clearly they've figured it out now. But
Well, yeah, because they've made her.
mother.
She's mom now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Then nothing happens. Then the writer of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter and Dark Shadows gets brought in to write and produce a sequel to Beetlejuice in 2012. No,
Dark Shadows, a good film.
Yeah, I think
Everyone
it did.
loved.
That did really
and
well.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Great movie.
Good
I
film.
have no doubt.
Everyone loved.
So that was September 2011. Those two movies come out, and then I'm guessing
Yeah.
that he got fired.
Okay. Fabulous stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gentleman fired, I would say. So those two movies that I said come out in 2012. And also in 2012, he says, I don't want to be the guy that destroys the legacy and the memory of the first film. I would rather die.
Okay.
I would rather just not make it. I'd rather just throw the whole thing away than make something that pays no respect and doesn't live up to even close to the legacy of the first film. The story would be set in real time. In a real time frame from 1988, it would be a true 26 to 27 year later sequel. What's great is that for Beetlejuice, time means nothing in the afterlife, but for the world outside, it's a different story.
Okay. So he would, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Winona Ryder is like, yeah, I'm in. Burton's like, I love working with Michael Keaton. He's the only Beetlejuice.
Yeah. You probably
Then-
wouldn't recast him. Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
No. You wouldn't get somebody new.
Then in very next year,
Yeah.
in 2015, oh no, that guy that I said quit didn't quit.
Okay.
In 2015, he's like, the script's done.
All right.
And we're going to start filming Beetlejuice.
Okay.
And then 6 months later,
He's like, the script's not done.
6 months later, Winona Ryder's like, I'm reprising my role.
Yeah.
And then 6 months after that, Burton's like, I'm not coming back.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
And then the next year, he walks it back and he's like,
I'm back.
I might do it.
Okay.
And then that was 20. What the fuck happened between 20?
I know there was a writer's strike. No, the actor's strike.
Oh,
that
yeah.
delayed it further.
Yeah, but
that was-
this is all that last update I just
Yeah.
gave you was 2017.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
What the?
few
Then
Yeah, he's getting.
Okay.
at the start of April 2019, they're like, oh, we've shelved it.
Yeah. Okay. Classic.
Warner Brothers were like, no. We've shelved that sequel.
Warner Brothers loves doing that shit.
And then in February 2022, it's back.
Okay. Cool.
Then they film it. Burton returns as a director.
So this is based on the script from the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter guy.
I'm guessing so.
I suppose so. Well, that would make sense because the way he pitched it was like it's set in real time. So it is set the amount of years after the first movie that have occurred since the first movie. And now we're getting Beetlejuice is finally free, and now he's back in the real.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Yes.
And I think because they're calling it Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, they are leaving it open for a third movie called Beetlejuice Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Surely.
Willem Dafoe is apparently in the movie, and he accidentally leaked some plot spoilers.
Oh, okay. Intriguing.
He is a character in the his character is an afterlife police officer who used to be a B-movie action star in life before dying in an accident.
Okay.
With his skills leading him to become a detective within the realm.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So he's playing a detective solving a crime?
Potentially.
An afterlife crime?
Yeah, because there's a lot of rules that the couple originally they break. They sort of talk about like you were photographed with them.
Yeah.
Not
did a
allowed to
bunch
be
of all that
photographed.
kind of stuff. So I'm guessing there's some clearly there's some crimes that Beetlejuice has done.
Yeah.
Because also they're like. One of the crimes was like, you tried to free Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Don't do
you
that.
can't be doing that.
Yeah. Because also, like, I don't know how much, because I don't really remember the first film. Like, did Beetlejuice, how did he get prisoned in the Model Tower?
I don't think they explain it.
Why is he the only kind of, like, miscreant?
I don't think
that you need to be like Beetlejuice. No one else you need to kind of mention.
I don't think it's explained in the movie.
Is he the sort of, like, on the run? Is he on, like, is he a criminal that maybe Defoe is chasing, as it were?
I think there's a...
It is confirmed that the headstone you see in the trailer is of pedophile man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Because
Charles Dietz.
the
Not a
mom is-
pedophile in the movie, pedophile in real life.
Yeah, because the mom is there and
Yeah.
everybody's there, so I thought it would be him. I feel like there's some sort of this implication with Beetlejuice in the first movie that he is haunting the model. It's sort of like he's moved into the model rather than he's trapped in the model. I would imagine that Beetlejuice, the way this would work is that he's finally gotten to the end of his ticket's been called. Then maybe they're like, sorry, Beetlejuice, you got to go to jail or whatever. and so then he escapes, and then Willem Dafoe's got to try and catch him.
That's very funny. We're always like, okay, cool. Been to jail, do the you.
Yeah, I think that's a funny gag where he's like, waited this time, and he's like, right, time to talk about what's going to happen. And they're like, yeah, you're going to jail. You're going to ghost jail because of all the crimes you did.
It is pretty funny to open the movie with just Beetlejuice still sitting there holding the same
I hope
number.
they do, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they finally call it, and they'll be like 1,005, whatever it is, like 10 million, blah 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 blah.
Well, the poster for the movie does reference that exact
I remember
scene.
it was like the first teaser poster was his number. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, with the release date.
yeah.
Would it be something like either, would be funnier? Of
And
like,
the tagline is "The wait is almost over" on the teaser poster.
There you go.
like you call the number, he goes up, and then it's like, all right, to jail. Or
Yeah.
like, don't do that again. All right.
You're free to go. yeah.
Something like that.
True. Because then, the reason I was saying going to jail is because then I think you need him to escape or commit a crime again so that this Willem Dafoe detective ghost can come and find him.
Okay, there is a couple of hints in the cast
Okay.
of things. Well, at least we get evidence that time has passed.
Yes.
Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton, obviously. Winona Ryder, Lydia Dietz, we know that. Catherine O'Hara, Delilah Dietz, again, we know that. Jenna Ortega, Astrid Dietz, Lydia's daughter.
Yes.
Yes.
Justin Theroux plays a person called Rory. Doesn't matter who
Yeah.
that is. Rory could be the highlight. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
It could be
Monica
Rory's movie.
Bellucci
Okay.
is playing Beetlejuice's wife.
Whoa. Okay. That's intriguing. Well, then what about this for the plot?
Okay.
Dad dies. And they move back into that house because obviously they've not lived there for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
They move back into the house, and who should be there but Beetlejuice's wife. Beetlejuice's wife goes up to Winona Ryder and is like, you tried to steal my man. Winona Ryder's like, no, I didn't. She's like, yeah, you got married to him. And she's like, I'm not. And she's like, you son of a bitch. And then she's sort of like a kind of like a problem as well. And then they've got to find Beetlejuice to get divorced.
How?
I think, honestly, based on the casting,
Yeah.
there is a chance that Beetlejuice's wife and Beetlejuice are both very horned up in the movie.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I hope they are.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah. Could it be something like the crime? One of the many crimes is like bigamy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like you tried to get married while you already married.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't do that.
Beetlejuice.
And
I
Who do you
think
think you are?
Yeah.
I think what happens is we probably get the movie opening of like just like the shot of the waiting room. The person calls out a number that goes for ages.
Yeah.
Funny joke. And then we don't see, because it's a legacy
Funny of
sequel.
that over the opening credits too, just in the background, like 5, 6,
Yeah.
you know, just because it's such a long number.
I think that there is a chance that we don't see Beetlejuice straight off the bat.
Yeah.
It's probably shot in a way where he'll stand up and you'll get like the silhouette from behind, because it is a legacy sequel, so you don't want to blow your load by showing the character that everyone knows is in the movie because it's a movie about them.
Yes. We see his pants legs as he walks off.
And then we probably cut to the people that are still living in the alive world. Because the funeral, but then also the funeral is a good place to introduce the characters.
I think the funeral is how it'll start for the alive characters.
Because you can't
And then I think
have
it'll-
it pre-funeral, because then Fuckwit is in it and he's confirmed to not be in the movie.
Yeah.
Although
No.
Burn Gorman's in the movie, Owen from Torchwood.
Whoa!
He's the priest.
I think it'll definitely have open with the funeral and then they'll moving back in or temporarily staying in the Beetlejuice house.
Yeah.
And I also thinking about the only line we hear Beetlejuice say in the trailer, which is "the juice is loose." I think that could be when he finally his number's called. They're like, "We're sending you back to jail," i.e., the model or whatever. Then he's trapped in the model again.
Yeah.
Or Mrs. Beetlejuice will be trapped in the model, which I could see as well. I could see like one of those model shots from the first one, but it's Mrs. Beetlejuice. I don't know.
in like a model motel. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, or like kind of doing like kind of weird sort of lascivious, I don't know what this would be, but like lascivious, horny versions of 50s housewife things.
Yeah.
Can't you kind of just
Like
picture that?
dusting, but in a tiny skirt.
Yeah, but not horny. Somehow she's horny. It's not like they're, you know what I'm trying, yeah, I don't know what.
It's horny
necessarily-
for she's sitting on a washing machine.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either, dude. You're on your own
Or
here.
like pulling out a casserole and it's full of eyes or whatever.
How is that horny?
That's not horny. I mean, just doing like disgusting versions of 1950s housewife things. Not that being horny is disgusting. It's awesome.
I don't know.
I don't know what you're trying to say. I thought I got what you were trying to say, but now I have no idea.
I overshot.
Yeah.
I overshot.
Basically, what Keaton was doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like, you know, like a lecherous version
Yeah.
of Keaton, but it's also, it's like, these two were made for each other.
Absolutely. Well, and I guess I was kind of imagining something where it's like, oh, it's Beetlejuice's wife, and then you're like, oh my gosh, she's just like Beetlejuice. Like it's kind of like a bit of a reveal, but
Because I can imagine, like, yeah, it's for some reason the Giles or whatever is died, but yeah, they're back at that place. Maybe they tried to make redo that whole town, or what it was, which is why they're burying him there. Or maybe it's because of his terrible financial decisions. All they have left is the Beetlejuice house.
true.
So now, like, this is where they have to go now.
yeah,
And so then you have like the grandma, the mother, and the daughter all converging into like having to have the same place. They're just gonna do Schitt's Creek, but
maybe.
Catherine O'Hara's like, I know this. I
Yeah.
can do this again.
I can do this.
Yeah, but I could see that. Yeah, it's like an
Eugene
inheritance
Levy's
or
there.
whatever. Yeah.
It's also an American Pie sequel.
Oh, nice. Everyone fucks a pie.
Yeah.
Every
Everyone fucks
single
a
cast
pie.
member does it.
and or a flute.
Yeah.
Um,
Awesome.
Good stuff. Good.
Who's going to be the main character of this movie?
I want to say Jenna Ortega,
Beetlejuice.
but well, yes. I think
No, I don't think so. Beetlejuice is barely in the. Well, he's not
No,
barely
you're right.
in it.
I feel like it's
Probably
going to be Jenna Ortega. Because I think there's going to be what I would
What was
imagine.
Rory fella?
Yeah, Rory. It's Rory's movie. Well, because I can imagine a thing where Winona Ryder, they have to move into the house. And Winona Ryder's like, don't go upstairs. Because she's like, I don't fucking know. Beetlejuice might still be there. Don't go upstairs. Stay away.
Yeah.
And then you get a kind of similar thing to what happens in the movie where Jenna Ortega goes upstairs, meets Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is like, hey, I'm not a problem. I'm a fucking cool guy. And she's like, oh, okay. And it's like, he tricks her like he tricked Winona Ryder.
Is Jenna Ortega the one standing at the table when he says the juice
I
is
think
loose?
so.
Or
Let's
is
say
it
yes.
I thought it was.
or is it Winona Ryder?
Let's say yes.
I think it's Winona Ryder.
okay.
I think Jenna Ortega will be a supporting character.
Is
Yeah, okay.
is
I think
Rory?
Yeah.
Is that like maybe dad?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
He's played by Justin Theroux.
How old he? Suitable for Winona Ryder?
Yeah. He makes sense as Winona Ryder husband?
Let's
Because
say yes.
I could see that. I could see, what about
Winona
this?
Ryder and Catherine O'Hara reprise their roles as
Yes.
yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just reading this to get just get the wording from how
Yes.
Entertainment Weekly is reporting.
Bah.
Well, Burton's Wednesday star Jenna Ortega plays Lydia's daughter Astrid, and the leftovers star Justin Theroux plays Rory. Further details on Rory remain under wraps for now.
Bad.
Who's Rory? That's what the people want to know.
Yeah.
Who's Rory?
He's Beetlejuice's kid.
Whoa, baby Beetlejuice.
Yeah. It's actually a sneaky another legacy passing the torch.
There's a new
Buster
Beetlejuice.
Jenna, Buster
And
Justin.
a new, oh my God, imagine.
Justin Theroux is 52 years old.
Okay.
Okay.
That could work.
Winona Ryder is currently
Should be like,
52
Yeah.
years old.
there you go.
She's a bit,
too old.
A bit too old for Justin.
Oh.
Yeah, you should probably.
Michael-
How old's Jenna? That's probably right.
That makes sense.
Jenna is 20.
That makes sense
That
in the
checks
whole.
out.
Yeah, it's
That's
makes
a
sense.
Hollywood- that's a Hollywood,
couple right
relationship.
there.
She's
That
20.
makes
She's
sense.
21.
What
She's
about
21.
maybe it this? Rory, what if it's not frickin' pedophile's grave?
It's confirmed that it is. Like, you can see it in the trailer, apparently.
What if it's not?
But if it's not,
Okay.
Go on.
I was gonna say, what if Rory has died? Maybe
in peace.
prior to the film opening,
Yeah.
but him a ghost.
Yeah.
And we get a similar thing where he's like, I want to stick around in this house, but, and Jenna Ortega's like, that's my dad.
Yeah.
Keep him alive as a ghost that I can still see him and hang out with him.
Yeah.
I think I reckon Winona Ryder and Rory, so
Lydia Dietz.
Yeah. Lydia. My brain keeps.
Dietz nuts. Go on.
The reason I keep stumbling over Lydia is when I look at it, my brain second guesses itself and was like, you want to say Linda? And I'm like, no, it's Lydia.
Yeah.
I reckon Lydia and Rory are divorced, and Astrid is salty as about it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe they got to sell their house, so they got to split the money.
What? But
She
what
gets- they
happened
get their
to the
house.
fucking house?
They get their house
'Cause
in
their
in the
movie-
death
Yeah.
of Charles or whatever, but they
The
need to
movie
split
ends
it.
with them having the house.
Yeah, I
so
know.
why would they
Well, no, because
not have the house?
They have the house.
Yeah.
They just now have to sell the house because got to.
Charles is dead.
I want
and-
half.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the kind of situation where Charles and Mama Dietz
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
have had a divorce at some point.
Yeah,
So that nobody lives in that house anymore, or he just lived in the house alone.
yeah.
And then when he dies, it's like, well, that's his house. Maybe the family's fallen on hard times. Maybe Lydia doesn't have anywhere to stay after divorcing Rory. And she's like, well, we can move into this house.
Yeah.
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 And also, maybe if they make them divorced, I mean, because it's kind of like a known thing that the actor was a bad dude. It could be like a weird, we're completely separating our characters from him.
Turns out he was a son of a bitch,
Yeah, he was a real
motherfucker,
sack of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he was sack. That's what I'm thinking. Like he's a big sack of shit, and like all we have left now is this house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
So
and
they
then
move
like
in.
Catherine O'Hara's moved in, and then it's just like when the writers come in, I'm getting divorced from
Yeah.
my sack.
It's a big
of shit,
divorce house.
or it's like her and the husband and the kid come
Yeah.
live with grandmama.
Do you?
Or
It's tricky
Catherine
because-
O'Hara could be like, I've missed you. Come stay.
Yeah, true.
I'm Grandma O'Hara now.
Stay a while.
Stay a while. It'd be good. Remember this place? We sung so many
So
good
the
songs.
Banana Boat song.
Yeah, daylight come.
Ba-ba-da-da. Big tarantula, remember?
Yeah.
They put a big tarantula in the bananas. I haven't eaten a banana since. I'm so scared.
Exactly. I can't eat prawns without thinking about human hands.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Fucks my life up.
Do you reckon
Yeah,
Alec
my piece of
Baldwin
shit.
or Gina Davis will be in this?
Well, I was wondering
No,
that too,
and
because at
maybe.
the end of the first movie, it's like, oh my god, Winona Ryder gets to live here with her sort of surrogate parents, the ghosts, and they get to spend every day together, and it's wonderful. It's like she's the daughter they never had, and they're the parents she never had. But now, and the implication is that because Beetlejuice has been dealt with, they can haunt the house forever. But yeah,
Well, I think.
I mean, at some point,
Alec Baldwin killed the woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he couldn't reprise that role because of that
Yeah.
and dealing with all the lawsuits. So I think having Gina Davis and not Alec
Yeah.
Baldwin would be like the characters
Would
might
be smart.
Would be smart, but also then you didn't. I don't know. Would you have to like?
No,
I
I
guess
think,
recast.
I think all you got to do is just be like, no
Bill
ghosts can
Pullman.
stay here forever. They faded away. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And or
Filming.
you do a thing where you're like, well, Winona Ryder had to leave at some point, and
then
without
they-
Winona Ryder there,
they had nothing,
they had nothing to stick
yeah,
around.
she went away. She
Yeah.
graduated. She, did
She
all
had
this
to grow
kind
up
of
at some
blah, blah,
point,
blah,
so
blah.
they just left.
Like
Yeah.
Andy's toys in an attic.
Yeah,
They-
exactly.
they
Exactly. They're like,
neglect
well, we're not played with anymore. Time to go. Time to leave. I think that's fine. I think you don't need
it.
them
I don't think
there.
you need them there.
Yeah.
I'm just
And
wondering, like, why is
Okay.
anyone calling in Beetlejuice?
Alec Baldwin could be in the movie.
I don't think he will.
No, I don't think he is.
No, because the gap.
Yeah, I know he could, but I still don't think he will.
Also, then like they might have filmed it and like maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Has he done anything since?
I just don't think it's necessary.
Yeah,
for
plus
the movie.
like you know.
Yeah, but it's a remember when.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm curious about this movie. I don't know if it is a remember one.
Yeah, I think you got these characters that like yes, it makes sense timeline wise, but like I think with those ghosts, you're like, they've moved on.
So easy to explain
so
them
they
away.
moved on.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, well, what are they getting Beetlejuice for? Because again, the first one they called upon his services to get rid of the deets.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Wow, you're worse than this."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's,
Bring the
whoopsie
deets back.
daisies.
Bring the deets back.
Bring the deets. So then it's like, why
Deets
would
nuts.
anyone get Beetlejuice?
Well, I imagine that this will be more about what Beetlejuice wants.
Okay.
That would be my theory. I think Beetlejuice is trapped in the model, and maybe his wife's there and he's sick of her.
Yeah. She keeps sitting on the washing machine.
Whacking off, fucking a pie or whatever. But at the same time, Willem Dafoe's ghost cop is also looking for him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got to get out of here. So instead of somebody coming to him, I think he's going to effectively seduce Jenna Ortega into summoning him.
Yeah.
So that he can then escape or something like that.
This.
Like, you got to hide me, and then
Yeah.
man, I think the reveal of Monica Bellucci as the wife is like, we got to go somewhere, and then Beetlejuice goes there, and it's
My
like,
ex-wife.
my ex-wife, as opposed to
It's weird. It's something I just thought about, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess they don't have to do this. So, pedophile man has died.
Yeah.
The first movie opened with couple dying. They come back as ghost.
yeah.
Are they? Is he?
No, he's confirmed he is not appearing in the movie.
Okay, but it
not
just
only-
feels
yeah.
Like, as in, it was addressed pretty much straight
okay.
away.
Well, that's good. I was
But
gonna-
yeah, killing off a character rather than like a divorce and just being like, he's a bad man.
or
and
that
he's
he died a
gone.
long time ago somewhere else.
Well,
Yeah.
because the people that
Unless
are
they-
around, it's like not everyone turned to ghosts. It's just more of those with unfinished business, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, but then what was the fucking first fellas? What was their on? That
They were
wanted to
building
keep
the
the house.
house.
They were
yeah.
newlyweds, I think.
They-
or
and they were
whatever.
in the
Building
middle of
They
the
shouldn't have
house.
driven off that bridge.
wanted
They
to-
should have run over
run
the
over
dog.
that dog. Yeah,
It's a Harambe incident, really, where
Yeah,
it's sad that the ape died, but it's better for an ape to die than a human child to die, and it would have been better.
On the cosmic scale, their lives are worth less.
Yeah, and it would have been better for Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis to hit that dog.
I mean,
the
I don't
cosmic
know.
scale.
2 human lives, 1 dog.
Yeah,
Was it?
The dog
Was it
doesn't
a
even-
young dog? I don't know.
it doesn't look like it.
Did the
it's
dog
like-
go on to do great things?
I don't think
know.
so.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
That dog didn't even give a shit that it just killed 2
That
people.
dog never appeared in the movie again. So, what does that tell
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
What do we think? So, Willem Dafoe's character
Yes.
is a sort of
We actually have his name. It is, I think, Wolf Johnson.
okay.
Wolf Johnson.
Wolf Johnson is a sort of undead, sort of
Excited
bounty
for
hunter
Wolf Johnson. Yes.
detective.
Yeah.
Do we think what is it? Beetlejuice for the crimes he's done over the course of his life? Is that
Oh
what
my
he's-
god, it's Wolf Jackson.
Whoa!
Or could it be something like maybe it's the ex-wife or the wife has like hired him to track
Oh,
down
true.
Beetlejuice. Maybe Beetlejuice went on the lam years and years and
It
years
would
and
be a
years
funny reveal that Beetlejuice lives in that model because
get away from alimony or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to pay alimony, and then his wife coming and being like, "We're still married. You're trying to marry other people. You can't be doing
Yeah,
that."
you
You're
piece of
going to
shit.
jail.
You're
Going to jail,
a piece of
Beetlejuice.
shit. Yeah, maybe like that's like Defoe's trying to hunt this guy down,
Yeah.
and that's why he's like, oh yeah, he finally gets his ticket. What's your name? Beetlejuice. That sends up like a whole like
List of
bu-
offenses.
bureaucracy type thing of like that name is now is in a computer, which is then
Yeah.
like looked into that whatever. Willem Dafoe sitting in his afterlife
Office.
desk office is like Bing Beetlejuice alert. They're like, Beetlejuice alert, and then he's on the hunt for Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice is like, I gotta get out of here. On the lamb.
What do you think will be, because this will be surely an iconic scene in the movie, when Beetlejuice's name is said 3 times for the first time?
Yeah.
Because I can imagine it being the kind of thing where
I
it's
think
like,
it's the scene we see in the trailer.
do they just say Beetlejuice, 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 and he turns up?
Well, yeah.
Because I just wasn't sure if it was the
Oh,
kind
no,
of
no,
thing.
no. As in, like, they don't.
No,
you don't
no,
see
no.
that in the trailer, but where he comes up and he's like,
Yes.
the juice is loose.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But what I mean is
yeah.
that you can imagine over the course of like the first quarter of the movie, somebody drops a Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Then they drop a second Beetlejuice.
I
And
think
it's
they're
like,
going to do the community thing.
don't say it again. No. You drop, like, say Jenna Ortega says Beetlejuice once.
Like, yeah, it's like you can't go up there. Like, you know,
don't go up, don't say,
don't go up there.
don't
Like,
go up, see Beetlejuice.
Who's
Fuck.
Beetlejuice? Don't say the name.
Don't say it again. Then they say, I just want to know who Beetlejuice is. And they're like, you can't say it a third time. And then later on, it'll be that, like, oh shit moment when they drop Beetlejuice accidentally or whatever. And he suddenly.
So, like what happens in Community.
That's not what happens in Community.
Yeah, the joke. The
No,
Beetlejuice
in
joke.
Community, it's somebody says it over, like, in an episode, then another episode later, and then a third episode.
And then Beetlejuice walks by.
he walks by in the background.
He's more
Yeah.
saying, I think if I'm,
Yeah, if
right, you're saying that, like, someone's like, well, you can't go up there. Like, you know, well, who's this Beetlejuice character? Don't say his name.
Yeah.
Movie. Someone comes in. They're like,
Yeah.
like Beetlejuice.
They're like,
Beetlejuice?
stop saying it. And then in the
And then
final.
the final, it's like Beetlejuice.
And then, yeah, they say that, and it's like a, oh, moment, because, you know, you
No,
get the
you're
tension of
both-
don't say
I
the
don't think
Beetlejuice
so.
the third
No, no,
time.
I'm just
you're-
clarifying him.
Yeah,
I
you're
think it's going to
clarifying,
be like maybe the first one is a Beetlejuice, like,
Yeah.
But then, like, I don't think it's going to be an accident.
Okay.
He looks
Yeah.
like she's like, a Beetlejuice coming that bad.
Yeah.
And then-
or not even an accident. She's like she's saying, you know, defiantly, Beetlejuice. And then.
I think it's more of a deliberate thing, not
Okay.
even a defined thing. I don't know, because you were thinking it is Winona that says
I think it'll be Winona.
So she's summoning Beetlejuice on purpose.
Yeah.
maybe something happens with, like, say, the kid gets, say, I don't know, kidnapped
General
by...
Tate or Flaw?
Jenny gets kidnapped by Future Ghost. No, why Future? Sure, let's go with that. Future Ghost.
Future Ghost?
Yeah, from Hawaii.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Fuck it, I'm doubling down.
Someone who died in the future and has come
Yeah,
back
sure,
as a
let's
ghost?
go with that. So
That
Jenna
would be
gets...
crazy to find out.
Hang on.
Jenna
Let's-
gets taken by maybe a ghost, or Rory, like, or something like that.
Oh,
or
yeah.
maybe she's, again, it's either she's losing control of, like, you know, custody or something like that. Her, you know, she can't turn to her mum because, like, maybe the mum is distraught because Charles is dead. If we're not going to be like, he was a piece of shit.
True.
Could be like, I can't go to anybody, whatever, like this. I can't go to my previous dead parents who, you know, helped me because they've passed on.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't do this. I know I shouldn't, but the only person right now I can trust that can help me out is you, Beetlejuice.
It could
Yeah,
be even
so
a thing
I'm
where
just double checking in the trailer again just to make sure.
That it is.
Winona
Yeah, it's
Ryder.
Winona.
Okay. Could be a thing where Jenna Ortega has gone into the ghost dimension. And you could get a portion of the film that takes place like on the other side, which could be interesting. Just
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
like
know.
maybe getting all them sand wounds.
Yeah,
like
like-
desert planet.
And then it's like, well, I don't know how to navigate it. My ghost parents are dead, but Beetlejuice, this is your bread and butter. And Beetlejuice is like, I'll do it, but he's like, fuck, in there is the detective or whatever that's I've got to come out of retirement to do it or something.
Could you do something like, my divorced piece of shit ex-husband, you know, he's taken the kid or whatever's happened, whatever it might be, and like the only person she can feel she can turn to is Beetlejuice, and it's like, yes, Beetlejuice, and then it's like, hey, I need to help me, give my girl back, and he's like, I will help you get your daughter back if you marry me. Freshly divorced, you see.
Hubba.
So much more lecherous bullshit going on. And then that's when you can, like, you know, the ex-wife can also be like, you piece of shit at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe anyone, you know, like, even like you could do the whole, like, if anyone objects to this wedding,
yeah.
I do. He's married. He's a
my
piece
husband.
Of...
So, do we think that are they not just going to do the same thing again? More ghosts and
It's really hard to tell. From the trailer we've got so far, I can't tell if this is a reverential remember the thing movie or if this is like an earnest attempt at a
it's just
sequel.
like, hey, we're just doing the same thing again.
Or not necessarily doing the same thing again, but it's just like, hey, you want more Beetlejuice?
Yeah,
Here's more
Beetlejuice
Beetlejuice.
doing his thing.
I
Because the juice
genuinely
is
don't.
loose is funny.
The
And he
juice-
does this with his hands.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it has the potential to be quite an enjoyable, funny movie.
Yeah.
I think that's entirely possible that this
Yeah.
could be good. I'm not discounting that, which I can't say about a lot of movies. But I think this has the potential to be a lot of fun. You know, if they keep the spirit of the original Beetlejuice alive.
Yeah.
And they don't just do that thing where they just, if it's not a Ghostbusters Afterlife,
I'm just trying to
awesome.
pass the torch. And
Or just, I don't know. Like a movie
hollow.
that, it's just like fake, super, like, I don't know whatever Ghostbusters Afterlife is, dude. I don't know what's happening there.
I think we're just gonna get, like, you know, there'll be some, like, echoes of the original, maybe even echoes of the same sort of plot and, like, beat kind of stuff. Maybe even that. You know, I don't remember where the deets were in terms of turning the whole, you know, community into
I don't think they got very
whatever
far.
it is. But maybe it's to do with the fact that, now that the father is dead, as in like, Charles or
Yeah.
whatever, now all this so things are now a bit more at risk of now turning into a big supermarket type
sure.
progression, blah, 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 whatever it is. And so it's like, hey, Beetlejuice, it's things are going to get bad for you as well.
Well, something I keep thinking about is the vampire Lincoln Abraham Hunter. He was saying,
My name's Lincoln. I'm a vampire and I hunt Abrahams. Only at night, though. Sun will burn me. Don't you worry. Is there an Abraham
"There's
you need
no
going?
Abraham is safe."
Yeah, smart.
What I keep thinking about is that his original something he said was he's like, time has passed for everyone else, but not for Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
He's coming to a world he doesn't understand. Now, will there be something where they're like, Beetlejuice, you cannot be so lecherous anymore. None of this. You know what I mean?
You'll get cancelled.
You'll get like kind of Is there going to be some element of that? And I guess in a weird way, with the addition of girl Beetlejuice, i.e. Mrs. Beetlejuice, are people going to say this movie's woke? Is Beetlejuice woke?
Like Beetlejuice, stop! 70-year-old Beetlejuice, stop trying to come on to 20-something-year-old
Jenna Ortega. You cannot do that.
Cannot. We got to look at your public image. You got to marry wife.
You really
You
cannot.
need wife who
Beetlejuice
age appropriate.
In 2024, you cannot be behaving
Well,
like this.
maybe it'll actually be a victory for the right, and maybe Beetlejuice's wife will be the excellent trad wife.
that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But maybe. He's like, here's some freshly baked bread, my king.
Yeah. You're allowed to go out there and ogle. That is what men do.
Yeah, exactly. I will stay home and look after the ranch.
Yes.
I get gender roles, dude. Men ogle, women run ranches.
That makes sense. Yeah. Do you think we're going to get like another sort of like a resurgence of sort of the goth
don't
kind
know.
of aesthetic?
That would
What
be
goths near my house all of a sudden. So I reckon they're coming back anyway.
goths.
Yeah, like raver goths.
Well,
Like,
that's so crazy.
it's still goth, but
Absolutely.
it's not like cure goth. It's like
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get like rave goth, where it's like
big pants.
big shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jenna Ortega, I mean, like, Wednesday's kind of like it's creeping in. That was the thing.
That was TikTok goth.
Yeah, TikTok goth.
Yeah.
So like, there's I don't know. It's on its.
we're going to get a bit of a resurgence
Maybe.
in goth goth culture.
Do we think Beetlejuice after this is another question to sort of tie into the end of that will become a big Halloween costume that people do?
Nah, I don't think this movie's going to do well at all.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think that it's probably going to be, and I hate to come in here and be negative, especially to a sequel to a film that I love.
Yes.
But I think that this is going to be too much of like, it's just going to be Ghostbusters Afterlife, but not necessarily, like Ghostbusters Afterlife and Ghostbusters 2016 at the same time.
Okay.
Where it's like they try to thread the needle, but instead the thread splits in half and goes around the needle.
The kind of thing where you're like the sense of humor is a more modern sense of humor
Yeah.
than the first movie had, which is not at all in line with what made the first movie so enjoyable.
Okay.
But at the same time, they're like, we got to build a franchise here.
Yeah.
So they try to add some of that Ghostbusters Afterlife epicness
Yeah.
to it.
What are some of the comments of the
Oh yeah, shit!
trailer?
Really good question. Let's find out what the people are.
Yeah, what do the
that
people
could,
say?
That could kind of, not the best in terms of
No,
like,
but it
Gonna
gives...
be able to tell what the hype levels are like.
Yeah.
Okay,
Beetlejuice
okay.
Beetlejuice, 16 million views. That's a pretty good start 3 weeks
It's not
ago.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like some of the like reading down. I mean, and like people, there's no
Nothing
huge
obviously
negative comments.
Yeah.
People love how it's called
Yeah.
Beetlejuice Beetlejuice instead of just
liking-
part 2.
People liking Michael
I think that is
Keaton.
fun. I like that too.
Michael Keaton is one of the most underrated actors of the past 40 years. I don't
think...
The dude has not been playing this character for 36 years, and in one sentence makes me nostalgic and extremely happy to see him.
Michael Keaton is one of the most underrated actors. Michael Keaton, underrated.
do
what
they
do
mean?
you mean?
It took Michael Keaton 36 years to grow his head back again for this part.
That's funny. I like that it's called Beetlejuice Beetlejuice too. I think that's a very fun title. I think that's great. I think it's inspired.
2023, Michael Keaton returns to Batman. 2024, Michael Keaton returns to Beetlejuice. I am hyped.
I think I found one of maybe the worst one that I hate.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega is collecting horror IP reboots like they're Infinity Stones.
That's awesome.
I wish my mom lived long enough to see this. She loved Beetlejuice. She passed away just last month at 63. Rest in peace, Mum.
Bro. Dying before Beetlejuice 2 comes out? That sucks. Do you think if she'd known, she would have held on longer?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want an Edward Scissorhands sequel too.
No, you
Another
don't.
Tim Burton film.
You don't. You want Mordecai, too.
Ah, yeah, you do. My new favorite 4 words: the juice is loose. People loving the juice is loose.
People are liking it.
Beetlejuice, the juice is loose. 90s kids freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm a 90s kid. I'm actually, no, that doesn't make, it's 80s kids that are freaking out. We're like the oldest a 90s kid could be.
Yeah, that's
Zammit's
true.
an 80s kid.
Like, yeah, barely.
Yeah.
What?
Like, again, when this came out, I would have been like, what, 4?
No, that's what I mean.
I know,
Like, they're
yeah.
like 90s kids freaking out. That means that comment was left by someone that I reckon was born in like 2005.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Again, like 80s, it's like, it's people that are born like in the 70s that saw this film.
Yeah, when they were.
Yeah. Or like 80, like is it 1980?
Yeah. Do we think this? So you don't think this is gonna get a? What?
I love when he said it's juicing time. This is going to be a new reoccurring segment on Baseless Speculation, I feel. Remembering that trailers have comments and reading them and being like,
Oh
damn.
yuck! Yeah.
Although it's cool that
yeah.
that guy's mom died. It's not cool
Yeah.
as in awesome for him, but
It's funny that he mentioned it.
Yeah. Funny to see that Beetlejuice 2 is going out, and that's the first thing you think
yeah,
of.
damn.
Yeah.
Wish my
Mum would have
mom
loved
was
this.
Well, look, I mean, like, it recently happened. You watching this was one of my mum's favorite films. I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
of course.
It's fair enough. It's fair enough.
So you don't think there's gonna get a third movie?
No.
Look, I'm an old man. I just got goosebumps. Welcome back, Beetlejuice.
Goosebumps is such a funny thing to get from this trailer.
Yeah.
Goosebumps from him saying the juice is loose. Oh,
So, like, again, the comments there as
Beetlejuice
opposed.
would love that.
he
though.
would though. It'd get
He'd
him
be like,
randy.
dude, you getting goosebumps kind of sound a little bit like a bit of cum, and I'm horny for
I love that actually.
But yeah, looking at the comments there, as opposed to say, yes, the Ghostbusters stuff is kind of like, well, maybe this might do all right. I don't know.
Hey, I just remembered another movie that was.
Yes.
Well, no, actually, it's a remake of a movie, but it's a television series.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That was mentioned in the development of
Yeah.
Beetlejuice, and that's Heathers. And I guess spoilers for the television series Heathers. So, and the movie, I guess, but everyone who, anyway, to the movie, there's the school bomb
Yep.
situation.
Yeah.
And that is fixed. In the television series, the bomb goes off and the whole school goes to heaven. And I'm just wondering if that kind of
That would be
approach-
fucking awesome.
The school is in heaven,
Yeah.
and
be-
Veronica and JD are stuck in bubbles in hell and can't talk because they blew up a school.
So to be like, we go as left field as possible. All right, let's do the most left field swings for the fences we can possibly conceive of.
It's the school went to heaven, Jackson. The actual school went to heaven.
I'm there, dude.
Okay.
That's insane.
I
'cause
understand
it's
what
a
you're
reference.
saying. I
It's
get
a
it.
reference in the first Heathers because it's like maybe in heaven. In one of the suicides
Yeah.
of the
Yes.
Heathers in Heathers. In the funeral in the movie, because I watched the movie kind of recently.
Yeah.
They reference it like in heaven, it's the only place where there's everyone's popular or
Yeah.
whatever. So that by them blowing up the school, everyone's popular except them.
Who are in
which is
hell.
what the whole thing is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But,
Okay.
so,
Left
is there
field.
anything fucked?
I'm just
Okay.
trying to think of like, okay, you got sandworms.
June? Is it connected to June?
No. Sandworms into real.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
not that
what
far
about
enough.
Or is it secretly what? Is this fucking Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian?
Oh.
Like maybe they still fucking go to Hawaii.
fuck, dude.
Why are they in the fucking
Well, maybe it's just maybe
house?
we've only seen the first third of the movie.
Yeah, but why would they summon Beetlejuice to go to Hawaii? Hey, Dad's dead. Fuck this house. We
Let's
need
go
it done.
surfing.
They summoned Beetlejuice. Yeah, they're like, we're going on holiday. And
Yeah.
Beetlejuice
Come with
comes
us.
along.
I'm with.
You're a good vibe, Beetlejuice.
Maybe
Got
when
good energy.
Winona become Beetlejuice.
Whoa, she takes the Beetlejuice mantle.
Winona becomes Beetlejuice.
Fuck. Okay.
That's good.
Winona become Beetlejuice, and like Paul, she ride the worm.
Okay.
Well, one thing that's interesting about the family dynamic in this
Yes.
is that Catherine, and I know that it's because it's probably at her piece of shit husband's funeral, but she's gothy in this too.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder's still a goth. And Jenna Ortega also gothy.
Yeah.
So rather than in the first movie where it's like Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah, I was like, oh
and-
my goth daughter freaks me out.
Yeah. It's like my daughter is the same.
Yeah, we're all goth.
So how are they going to do the
Well, I don't
bit-
think there'll be as much familial conflict, I reckon. Or if it is, it'll only be that you kept secrets
Or
from
to
me.
be teaming up because they're going to Hawaii. Maybe the movie's actually very happy.
Yeah, it could
Because
be.
they're going to Hawaii in this stuff.
Hawaii is lovely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any like
This would be my huge for the swing for the fence, is that the ghost theme park happened, and this takes place in a world where everyone knows ghosts are real. And just like a normal part of everyday life.
Yeah. Or the ghost theme park happened.
Yeah.
There's an accident on the roller coaster at the ghost theme park, which claims lives.
Okay.
And now they're trying to sue
Beetlejuice.
the family. But the family are like, we didn't do shit. We need to get Beetlejuice to spook the cops away.
Or we need the greatest undead lawyer the world's ever seen.
Beetlejuice.
And it's Beetlejuice v. the roller coaster is the secret name of this
Yeah.
movie.
Or how about this? Is it like we want the house, but the original deeds are actually like they're owned by Beetlejuice and his wife, so they have to summon him
to
try
take him
and
to court to get the deeds of the
to get
house.
the house back.
I think any of these are possible.
Yeah. I am excited for the movie, but I cannot stress enough that the creative team behind it does not fill me with
No,
confidence.
that is true. That is true. Thinking that the script was written by Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here, I'll hit you with the other writers.
It doesn't make me, which is a shame because I want this movie to do good. I like Beetlejuice a lot.
As we've established, there's writers, they have multitudes.
That's true, they
Just
can
because
yeah.
you write a stinker doesn't mean you can't write a
beautiful
So
movie.
Seth
So
Graham
again, Tim Burton. He's made incredible film,
And
he also made stinker.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's-
People can say multitudes. It could be good.
Catherine O'Hara, has she been in anything that I've disliked? I
Probably.
don't know. Probably.
You've
but-
got a long enough career.
exactly.
The writer of
Look.
Beetlejuice Beetlejuice created the television series Just Beyond. It was cancelled after 8 episodes, I think.
Okay.
Wrote the screenplay and story of Lego Batman,
People love that movie.
but also wrote all of Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Yes.
And Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. And presumably the other one. There's a third one. Isn't there?
Sensibility and Sea Monsters.
Yeah.
Maybe the same
Anyway,
too.
not only did he write the fucking screenplay, those are his books.
Oh, that's the guy.
That's the guy.
From memory, I feel like in some other show we looked into him and he's just like he was going zombie mode for ages, making a bunch of sort of nothing zombie movies, books, and then he made Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and everybody was like, "Whoa, he's made literature fun."
And then there's another writer that has, well, one of the other writers created Wednesday,
Okay,
did Into the Bear. They're a TV guy.
yeah.
They created Smallville.
Whoa, somebody save me!
Yeah.
I like this writing team. I think it's gonna be good.
And the other writer is, I think, has worked on pretty much the same projects as
Honestly,
it's a duo. So it's the Vampire Hunter guy and this duo that made Smallville.
Well, I'm cautiously
okay.
optimistic. I'll say it.
Wow, we also made the Shannara Chronicles.
Whoa.
Dog shit.
Yeah.
I am number 4.
Yes! When are they going to make an I Am Number 5, am I right? Anyway, on that note...
fully loaded.
I mean,
Great movie. It's going to be the greatest movie of all time.
guys.
yeah.
Shanghai Noon?
Yeah.
Come on. This guy's writing nothing masterpieces. Time Cop? Bugs!
He made a movie called Bugs.
The TV series Bugs.
Of course.
So Beetlejuice 2, it's going to fucking rock. Nice fucking movie. And
Yeah.
on that note, I've been Joel.
I've been Jackson.
I've also been Joe.
This has been another episode of Baseless Speculation, and we've been the Baseless Speculation Boys. Or sometimes known as the BS Boys.
Sometimes.
Say our name 3 times, and we'll tell you that movie that's coming out you're excited for will be fine. Goodbye.
See ya.